Hello, friends. It's great to be back with you again. Let us see what Samarth Ramdas Swami has said in his 195th shloka. Vase udayī devato jāṇa aisā Nabhāce pari vyāpakū jāṇa taisā Sadā saṅcalā yeta jāta kāhī Tayāvīṇa koṭhe ritā ṭhāva nāhī. Know that the God lives in the heart, just like the sky, which pervades everything. He is all pervasive, and neither does he come nor does he go. There is no space anywhere without his presence. In the last shloka, the seeker asked few questions to his guru, and the answers to those are provided here in this shloka by Samarth Ramdas Swami. You can recollect that the questions were: where does the God live within us and how? When the body is discarded, where does he go? And what are his whereabouts? Samartha Ramdas Swami gives the analogy of the sky, Nabha, or ether or space. Ether is one of the five elements, Pancha Mahabhuta, and was the first one to come into existence within those. Normally, when we think of sky, we look up and see the blue sky above us in the daytime and the black nothingness where the stars shine in the darkness. But when we think of ether or space, then we realize that it is not just above us, but is everywhere around us too. In fact, when we think like an outsider to the earth, like an alien, then we can realize that we are actually living on a huge spaceship which is floating in the huge space we call sky and is revolving around the sun, which in turn is slowly going around in the entire galaxy. So, this ether or space is huge, and even the entire galaxy is just a part existing within it. Coming back to Earth, the space is everywhere around us. There is no place where the space is not there. The objects we see all around us are within that space. Even deep down within the earth, in the caves, it is filled with the space. When we look at an empty glass, it is not really empty, but filled with that same space. When we fill that glass with water, the air within it just gets displaced and mixes into the space around us. Thus, the space, the ether, is all pervading and is everywhere around us. In the same way, the Supreme God is also pervasive. He is everywhere. He neither comes nor goes. He is eternal. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka 20, Lord Sri Krishna says, न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचि नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. The meaning of this is: the soul is neither born, nor does it ever die, nor having once existed does it ever cease to be. The soul is without birth, is eternal, immortal, and ageless. It is not destroyed when the body is destroyed. The soul and the supreme reality are one and the same. So this applies to the God who lives within us too. The cars we drive, the motorbikes we are proud of, the bicycles we ride, all have wheels. Those wheels have tires. Within those tires, there are tubes which we fill up with air under a certain pressure. Is that air different than the air outside? No, just that we fill it so much to create a certain pressure. And then proudly we drive those cars, motorbikes, or bicycles. Now they have a life and can run with amazing speeds. But what happens when there is a puncture or a flat tire, as we call in some of the countries? The air within those tires is gone. Where does it go? It gets mixed with the air outside, but is still there. Only that the vehicle cannot move now, and then we have to repair or replace the tire in order to start moving again. Once we repair the tire, we fill the air again. This time, who knows whether there was any part of the earlier air which was there in the tire, or a completely different section of it is entering again. In the same way, the soul, the God living within us, just gets merged into the all pervasive supreme reality which is everywhere when the body is discarded. And then it is ready to enter into a new living being. In the same chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna further says, Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grunhati naroparani तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति navani dehi. The meaning of that is, as a person sheds worn out garments and wears new ones, likewise, at the time of death, the soul casts off its worn out body and enters a new one. Before entering a new body, though, the soul gets merged with the Supreme Reality and waits for the appropriate time. The Supreme Reality, the Brahman, thus neither comes from anywhere nor does it go anywhere. It is all pervasive, eternal, and omnipresent. There is nothing where it does not exist. So there is no question of it going anywhere after the body is discarded. Its whereabouts are always the same. It is everywhere and within every one, just like the sky or ether or space, for which it is impossible to locate where it begins and where it ends. So is the case with the Supreme Reality. There is no beginning to it, and there is no end to it. Friends, if you liked this explanation, feel free to provide your feedback and do like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel A Dialogue with Our Mind. Jai Jai Raghuveer Samarth